Hello, everyone. John Bruna here with the Daily Quote. It's a joy to be back with you. Just getting through the holidays here. Just had a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. I hope you did as well. So we're back at it here. And if you're new to the channel, just want to remind you that these are just short bits of wisdom that I've found in my life that have helped me. And my aspiration is to share some of these bits of wisdom with all of you and see if you can find some that will help you in your life. And with that in mind, let's go ahead and get to today's quote. To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. That's from Louis B. Smedes. Yeah, this bit of wisdom comes in many forms, actually. It's said many different ways, but it's got the fundamental same core bit of wisdom. And that is when we forgive others, we give ourselves permission to stop suffering. We free ourselves from the pain, the resentment, the suffering that we've endured, sometimes for many years. It's so easy to say something like, I'll never forgive them, which fundamentally is the same as saying, I'm going to carry this pain with me for the rest of my life. Is that helpful? What has been taught to me and has helped me in my life so much is to recognize that I deserve to be free of that suffering. That someone has harmed me in the past, that doesn't make what they did okay, and forgiveness has nothing to do with saying something was okay. Forgiveness is about letting go of the suffering. Forgiveness is essentially an act that allows us to heal. When we hold on to a pain, when we seek to hold on to that anger, that resentment, we suffer. We can have an event that happened 10, 20 years ago, 5 years ago. And every time a memory pops up, we can feel the pain. We can still be suffering. We can carry that with us for the rest of our lives. Or we can choose to forgive and free ourselves of that pain, of that prison. It's not necessary. Someone harmed us, and they did that once. We continue to harm ourselves by carrying that resentment, that anger, that pain with us for the rest of our lives or for many years. So understanding forgiveness is understanding. Now, when we forgive someone, it doesn't mean the event was okay, and it doesn't mean that suddenly their lives will be all wonderful. We sprinkle fairy dust and it's all better. What we realize is that I no longer need to carry that pain with me, that they harmed us once and we don't need to continually harm ourselves. We can recognize that we were harmed and potentially we may have grown from that harm. We may have developed more resiliency, more capacity in our lives, that difficulty in our lives, well, it may actually have had an opportunity to give us some more strength. The other thing about this forgiveness is that I'm often angry at a person who no longer exists. In other words, the person who did that harm to me 10 years ago, 5 years ago, whenever, that person doesn't exist anywhere but my mind, right? If they're still alive, they're a very different person today. They have done many different things. Their bodies changed, their lives have changed, things about them have changed. But I am angry at and carrying the pain from a person that existed 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that did something. And I have that frozen in time in my own mind. So it's helped me to understand that I don't need to be angry at someone that doesn't exist anymore, but rather I get to heal from the pain that I have struggled with in my life and let go of that suffering. Forgiveness allows that opportunity. And the last piece here, we're just going on, is to recognize that people do harmful things. I've done harmful things. I've done helpful things. And that there's no one thing in my life that can capture the totality of the value of who I am as an individual. And even people who've done great harm in their life have potentially done some good. And maybe they've changed in a healthy way, maybe not. I don't know. But I do know it does me no good, or anyone else for that matter, to not forgive. It actually allows me to be free, as Louis B. Smedes points out, no longer a prisoner of unnecessary pain and suffering. So I hope you found that helpful and that you can apply it in your life in ways that you find meaningful. If you'd like to have access to more resources and wellness, skill-based opportunities, come check out our site, ameaningfullife.us. You can also, subscribe, of course, to this channel or to our podcast, Wisdom of Meaningful Life. All right. Please be well. Take good care of yourselves.